Hey guys, hope you're all well. Welcome to a video where I just talk and assume that somebody out there gives a fuck. But primarily, I feel like just saying things out loud helps and makes me feel a little bit better. If you're new to these videos, this is like I kind of like self-journal here in like a video format. I used to write things down in a handwritten journal. Then I used to do self-tapes, but they were private videos. And now I sort of do these little public videos with Minecraft gameplay over my own personal Minecraft world with the chisel and bits mod, I might add, but that's not important. So yeah, I started these videos on Christmas Eve last year, and I recently went travelling where I didn't do any videos, and I've been back in the country over a month now, and I have definitely referenced at how the travelling went, but I wanted to just do maybe a series of videos, or I might just do it all in this one, depends how long it takes me, to talk about the details of the travelling, just so I can come back and remember it, and maybe share some lessons with you guys out there, because fuck me, I learned some lessons. So just a little recap summary, if you don't remember or if you don't know. I work at a restaurant, and my older sister, was the manager, the general manager at the restaurant, and she met her boyfriend at this restaurant, who is the bar manager. I got fired from my job in London, so my sister offered me a job in that restaurant. I said fantastic, and at this restaurant I met a girl who was a waitress, and she was the most beautiful girl in the world to me at the time, and my sister had enough, and she said, I'm fucking going travelling. Fuck this. And this girl, like, jokingly said, oh yeah, I'll come along with you guys. And then she turned to me, because my sister obviously was going with her boyfriend. Well, not obviously, but she was. And then this girl turns to me and says, why don't you come with us? I don't want a third wheel. So I'm like very excited now. Previously, I've had a girlfriend in the past who wanted to go travelling with me, and I just said no. It doesn't really interest me. But for some reason, I don't know why. I still don't know why I like this girl so much, but I did. I've never ever been so head over heels for somebody in my fucking life. So when this girl asked me to go travelling with her, I was like, yes. I would have followed her to fucking Iraq. I would have followed her anywhere, man. But at this point, I should mention, when I first absolutely fell in love with her, she actually had a boyfriend. She then broke up with that boyfriend, and I went out with her a few times. We went to the cinema, we went out for dinner, went out to the cinema again, and we were texting back and forth. Not that regularly, but we were still texting. And at the restaurant, it was all fun. I really liked working with her. I really liked being with her. I was just so happy every time I was with her. And yeah, so we met up a few times all as a group to book the travelling, and it was so exciting. I couldn't believe it was actually happening. And then it was fucking booked. We were going. So yeah, that was the little warming you guys into it. That's the story. These are the characters. Me, my sister's boyfriend, and this girl who I absolutely adored. I hadn't really told her yet, but I thought that maybe she'd have an idea, because I'm taking her out for meals, I'm paying for meals, I'm texting her, she asked me to go travelling. I thought that there might be some sort of reciprocal feelings there. And we went travelling. We flew on I've got notes here, let me refer to my notes. We flew probably, oh shit. I think we took off from London on like the 27th of April. I remember the day I went training. I said to my mate, like, yo, I'm really sorry, can I leave my dirty clothes with you? And then I went training, showered, went out for a meal with my friend and his wife, who's also my friend, who actually had the same name as this girl that I was completely in love with. And I told them the situation, and they were like, dude, this is not a great situation. Because I told them, like, I guess I should tell you guys too. So this girl wasn't exactly flirting with me, but at the same time, she was giving me some sort of signals. And I'm like, what? It was really confusing. So we're still going out, but then I know that she's like going out with some other dude in the restaurant, but this guy is like, I can't say any nicer. There's not really a nice way to say it, but this guy's really ugly, okay? And this girl is absolutely stunning. So I'm like, why is she going out with this dude? And my sister as well, who obviously knows everyone in the situation, is like, that is confusing. Maybe it's just because she's giving him weed or something. Maybe that's why she's going out with him. So when I tell my friends the situation, like, dude, this is dodgy, avoid the situation. And I even said this myself. I have fucking videos published of these, because obviously I used to do daily videos of my life before I left. And I literally have videos saying, I know I'm being a fool, but I'll persist nonetheless. I knew it, but I was just so fucking in love. I just did it anyway. And I thought that maybe if I went on this holiday that she would find the feelings for me. But yeah, so we landed on the 29th in Indonesia, Kuta. And yeah, it was magical, man. You know, I mean, the flight was long. It was fucking long. We're on some Chinese planes and stuff. We landed in China for a layover. There was some delays. It was fucking long. She was laying on me on the flight, and I just felt amazing. You know, like, guys, I can't explain. I mean, I can't speak for you guys, but I don't know if, and this is the saddest part for me, is I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna feel this strongly about anybody ever again, because I haven't felt even close to this before. And I don't know if I can see myself feeling this strongly for anyone again. I really hope I'm wrong, and I'll try to not stop myself from those feelings, but it was yeah, anyway, hopefully I don't cry in this video. I don't think I will, but hopefully not. So yeah, I was absolutely over the moon. I'm on a plane with the girl that I'm so fucking in love with. We land, we're pretty fucked up from the sleep and stuff. We go to this little corner shop, and then I realise in Indonesia the corner shops are just fucking garbage. All of their food is just shit, sugar, fucking bollocks, multicoloured food colouring, shit, bullshit. And I have to eat like this chocolate bread. My first meal in hours, like almost a day, is chocolate bread because there's nothing else. It's like 3 in the morning, so there's no restaurants open. So we have this, then we go to our hostel. And luckily, because there's 4 of us, we booked out the entire room in the hostel. So there's 2 bunk beds. We're sleeping there. And I remember the first night, I couldn't sleep. I literally couldn't sleep. So I got up and I just walked around. I walked around the town. Wait, was this the second night or the first night? I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. I didn't make any notes this detailed on this early on. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to have to make more than one video. This is going to be a long time. Yeah, so I remember I walked to the beach at night time, and this is where the stray dogs sleep at night. I didn't know that at the time. And yeah, it was like I was standing on this beach like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally on the other side of the world now. I'm about 15,000 kilometers away from home, following some girl. So I hope this works. I remember thinking exactly that. Walked around a little bit more. I think I walked to the mosque. There was a mosque was playing prayers at like 5:20 in the morning, really loud. So I went and just chilled out there, and I was like, yo, salam alaikum to all the guys rolling up on their mopeds. And yeah, went back in, managed to sleep a little bit. I think we all woke up at around 10, and we all went to this cafe called Wikis, which is like not really foreshadowing, but I have a little bit of a long relationship with Wikis, but this was my first encounter with it. And yeah, it was really nice. This is my first kind of impression of like cheap, good food in Indonesia that I could expect a lot more of. It was awesome. I'm looking Wikis up now. Wikis Indonesia. Oh wait, I think it's a chain. But oh man, I'm gonna cry. No, that's a different one. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so went there, had our food, our coffee. It was really nice and really cheap. And then I think we spent the rest of the day like sorting out SIM cards and stuff. We had a little walk around the place, just walking around. I got pretty tired of walking. I mean, not physically, but I'm just like, why are we just walking? You know, if you guys have ever been to Indonesia, you'll be able to relate that a lot of the shops are like copy and paste. Like they all have the same supplier, so they all have the same shit, but there's no price tags because they'll just try and you have to negotiate on everything, which is cool for a bit, but it does get pretty annoying. Um, but they all sell the same shit, so you're walking along a shopping strip, and it'll just be the same shit, literally. It's just pointless. I think it would be really cool if there was like more unique products in these places, so you can really explore and have a look around and find something you really like. But instead, everyone sells the same stuff, so whatever. Pretty pointless. Anyway, um, yeah, and then we went to bed, and the next day, I think it only took us like 2 days to get the sleep right, and I was quite impressed with myself. Smashed it out. And then the next day, I woke up a little bit earlier, to be honest, so my sleep wasn't fully in check. But when I woke up, I just chilled out for a bit. You know, I just sat on some bean bags and just thought about life and my whole situation. And then, as I was sitting down on this table, obviously we're in a hostel and I'm in a common area. And this fucking lady comes up to me. She starts chatting to me. She's quite an attractive lady, and I was like, "Oh, hello." Obviously, I'm completely in love with this girl in my room that I'm traveling with, so I'm not gonna take it anywhere. But I was like, "Oh, hello," and she introduced herself. She kept talking to me. I sort of showed signs like, "Yogi, go away," but she didn't pick up, and she persisted to talk to me. She shared her food with me. She was a vegetarian, so she gave me all the meat on her plate. I was like, "Oh, thanks." Um, I was actually waiting outside of Wickies. I wanted to go inside this fucking cafe on my own, but it wasn't open yet. And it said it opened at like 9. I waited. I went back at 9. It still wasn't open. All these fucking Indonesians are late all the time, motherfuckers. But no offense if you're Indonesian. I'm sure you can kind of nod your head and agree there. But yeah, this lady kept talking to me, and eventually I was like, fuck it. None of my friends are up. I'll just fucking chill with this lady for a bit. Then she wanted to go to the beach, so we went to the beach, and then she wanted to do yoga. I don't really do yoga, guys, but she's actually here for yoga, this girl, she told me. She said, "Oh yeah, we're here for yoga." Or I'm here for yoga. She's on her own. And she took me through a yoga routine. And then she's like, "Could you put sun cream on my back?" I'm like, "Oh my god, where have I seen this before?" And then, yeah, she starts talking to me about love languages and stuff. We exchange numbers. And I say bye. Um, she kept texting me, and she eventually asked me to like move in with her for a month. So, I mean, I could have gone down that route, but as I said, guys, I was completely in love with this girl that I was already with, not officially with, obviously, but I really wanted things to work out between me and this other girl. But now in hindsight, I should have just gone because this lady was French Canadian. She was 30 years old. She was hot. I should have just gone with her, man. Fuck's sake. But yeah, whatever. I shouldn't spoil the story too much. It's just really hard for me to talk in a way that doesn't give away what happens between me and this girl because it really bums me out. But hey, I mean, you might just be able to guess from the way I'm talking, but I bet, stay tuned because I bet you won't be able to fucking like the ending will still surprise you. Trust me, trust me. Um, so yeah, after Kuta, we went to this place near Seminyak. I actually booked the rooms. I mean, I love my group. My sister and her boyfriend, they're great. I still see them now in England. For a while, I told myself I'm not meeting up with these motherfuckers for a while when we get back to England. But I quickly took that back. I met them the first day they landed. But there was points in the holiday where they really pissed me off. And one of those moments was where whenever we're booking something, I felt like it just took them way too long. And I mean, booking things is not really a 4-person job. So if they want to look and browse, I can't really help. Because whenever I'm browsing, like, yeah, seen that, didn't like it, seen that, didn't like it, and they're very picky, and they have like, oh no, that doesn't have enough reviews, or no, that has one bad review out of 50 good reviews. It's like, oh my god. So I didn't really help, but then they're taking ages to find a fucking room. And I just go, fuck it. Hostel World. Boom. Didn't like Hostel World. Airbnb. Bang. And just like everything, Airbnbs are cheap as chips out there. I found a beautiful 2-bedroom place on Airbnb. Cost us all like £7 a night maybe. It was super cheap. Smashed it. Bang. They're like, they actually couldn't deny it. They're like, this is actually really nice. Thank you. We're going to go for it. So I found the Airbnb. And this was an interesting night because this is the first night I was sharing a bed with this girl who I really, really liked. My sister sort of anticipated this situation before we even took off. And she had a little girl chat with her. And she said, without even asking me, she doesn't need to ask me, but I'm just letting you guys know. She said to this girl, look, when we're traveling, there might be a few situations where you might have to share a bed with my brother, Faris, which is my name. And she said, if you're not comfortable with that, we can sleep in a bed together. We can have a girls' night, and the boys can sleep together. If you're not comfortable with that, as he's another dude your age and you're not officially together. If that's weird, which totally understandable if that is weird. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. And she said, no, it's fine. I'll sleep with Faris in the same bed. And I mean, obviously that's great news to me. I'm like, fucking hell, that's fantastic. I can't wait. I'm getting to sleep in a bed with a girl I have a huge crush on. That is, of course. And I also checked with her personally too. I said, look, if you want, I can sleep on the couch. I know this might be a bit weird. And she's like, no, it's fine. So boom, we're sleeping in a bed. She's hella giggly. We've just had a load of fun in the pool. She's seen me with my 8% body fat, absolutely jacked. And yeah, we get into bed. She's really giggly. We're watching TV and stuff, and I can tell that she's, I don't know, she's really playful. We didn't do anything that night, foreshadowing, but yeah, things felt good. They felt really good. I was very, very happy. I was a very happy man. Let me consult my notes. How long should this video be? Where's my phone? So yeah, so that night we yeah, so the pool was great, and then the 1st of May, we woke up, we packed up, there was this lovely cafe just literally up a 2-minute walk from that place. We had that massive breakfast. I ordered like basically 2 meals every meal because everything was cheap and slightly smaller, and we're moving. I want to keep lean, I want to keep jacked, so I got to eat loads. That's what a lot of basic people don't understand. A lot of people think eating less is healthy, but it's not. It's eating enough of the right food is healthy. A lot of people look at me and they'll be like, how aren't you fat? Because I'm eating a lot. Because I'm eating a lot of eggs and meat. And they're like, how aren't you fat? It's like, look, that's not important. I'm not going to talk about that now. But I mean, every time I ate, even the waitresses were like, oh my god, 2 meals? Yes. Just give it to me. Stop being a Anyway. Alright, 1st of May. We moved to Canggu, which is a very famous surfing spot. We had another 4-bed hostel, so we booked out the whole room, all 4 of us, unfortunately, in bunk beds, so I'm not sleeping with her today. But that's fine, I can handle it. Shared the bathroom, which is a little bit gross, but it was fine. It was actually a very nice hostel. I think it was called Roommates. So look that up, guys, Roommates. That's where I was. It was a great place. I haven't written that down. I actually remembered it. Yeah, so for 2 nights, I've got on the notes 2 nights. I thought it was 3, but I suppose it was 2. We went surfing. We had surfing lessons. We were walking up the beach, and I asked the instructor. I was like, "Yo, G, want surfing lessons?" Got his number. We're talking about it. So we went one morning surfing. It was fucking awesome. We all had our own instructors. There was 4 of us, and we all had our independent instructors. And the girl that I really liked, I need to give her a name. I'm going to call her Emma. Definitely not a real name. Don't look it up. So me and Emma, I wonder if I can remember that. So Emma's instructor was a little bit flirty, and so was my sister's instructor. Was quite flirty. I guess these guys are just little fucking dogs. But I'm not really officially with Emma, so I can't really stand up for her. Although I felt really pissed off at this guy. But she was saying like he's really weird. Get away from him. Oh, he's so weird. She actually gave her number to him for some reason. Red flag, I know, but I didn't even know that at the time. And yeah, and after we had dinner and we were walking home, we bumped into this guy again, and he was trying to hug her, and she was like, "No, no, get away!" But she was laughing though, and she was like, "Oh, what a weirdo!" And I'm like, "Yeah, right, fucking weirdo." Foreshadowing. Remember that guy? I think his name was fucking. I don't know what his name was. Surfing instructor. Foreshadowing. Character. Add it to your memory. You can already think about what happened. Probably. You're not fucking stupid, are you guys? But so yeah, went back, and then we had like pretty, not deep, but we had lots of long, I suppose sort of deep, like nighttime conversations. Me and Emma. It feels so weird calling it that. And then so we're having lots of conversations, and alone, which felt amazing. My sister and her boyfriend had gone to bed early because they're old. No, that's mean. But we stayed up and we just chatted for ages. We came up with some plans to do our own activities on our own. So, oh yeah, let's do some activities and split off from the group so they can be a couple and do what they want. And her idea was puppy yoga. And that does sound gay, but I was actually sort of into it. Especially, I mean, I was pretty open to any activity if it involved her, to be honest with you guys. And yeah, so we went to puppy yoga one morning. We woke up early. We got on a moped. She hugged my waist tightly as we squeezed on a moped. I wasn't driving, by the way. There was 3 of us on a moped. They always do that. And yeah, so got to puppy yoga. Did that. I mean, the yoga was actually kind of shit. Not that I'm really qualified to say whether or not a yoga session was good or not. I'm not that experienced, but it just felt like it was more puppies. But that's fine, you know. The puppies are super cute. Lots of like puppy Labradors are absolutely adorable. And yeah, it was a really nice morning with her. And then we had a coffee, spoke more about life. Fucking hell, I want a coffee. Tired as fuck. And then we got back on a bike. We went back. I'm not sure what we did for the rest of the day. Do I have it here? So I went surfing. Yeah, and then I don't remember what we did during that day. We probably just walked around to the beach, random places. We also went to this amazing Greek restaurant. It was fantastic. Probably some of the best food I've ever eaten. This Greek restaurant in Canggu, Santorini, I think it was called. Yeah, I'm gonna move. So yeah, then after that I think that concludes Canggu. We got on quite a long car journey to Ubud. I'm not sure how the locals pronounce it. And we went to a room. It was a bunk double bed, which I was like, oh, this is all right. You know, I mean, I've got to sleep like above or below my sister and her boyfriend, but at least I get to sleep with Emma. And then, but we went in there and it smelled of mold, and I was like, yeah. I mean, it was a bit unpleasant, but I would have just, if it was me, I would have just slept there anyway. But my sister's like she can be a bit of a Karen, but thankfully, I guess, because she sorted us out. She's like, no, this is not acceptable. We're not sleeping in here. And then she told the manager they were looking at upgrading us. I almost got upgraded to the fucking lover suite with Emma. I almost called her a real name. And I was like, oh, wow. And, but yeah, we ended up just getting squeezed into this other room. It was still an upgrade though, but we were just on this cushion that you're meant to sit on, but we were sleeping on it. But we're still together, so I was happy. Then we woke up at 2 in the morning to go on a fucking sunrise hike, which was just so dumb. I was never excited for that. So we woke up, we got in a car, drove for an hour, met at the bottom of this mountain, had some shit coffee. then, then we just fucking walked for hours. The girls kept stopping to take pictures of the fucking sky. So girls, we have the same sky at home. Just let's keep moving because we have to wait for you every time you fucking stop. I actually got a bit of a sweat on, I'm not going to lie to you. I got a little bit sweaty, you know. It's a pretty tough hike actually. I thought I'd be a machine, and I was the best one there, but I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting a sweat walking, this is embarrassing. Yeah, the whole time we're going up this fucking mountain, there's motorbikes whizzing past us. All these people that are cheating. Like, yeah, we want to go to the top for the view, but we don't want to walk because I'm gay. So they got on these bikes, zoom past us, whatever, fuck you. Eventually, we got to the top. It probably took us about 2 hours. And got to the top. And I will admit, it was a cool view. But we didn't even see the sunrise because the fucking clouds were in the way. But it was sort of like, I don't think it was a volcano, but it was like a big crevice, a big valley ditch. And it was really cool. We got to the top and they offered us teas and coffees and stuff. Apparently it was included. I just didn't fancy one, so I just said no. But then when the lady handed my sister coffee, some guy came round afterwards. He's like, money. And she's like, what? No, it was included. She shouted at this guy and they had a little shouting match. It was jokes. Had a lovely picture up there. Obviously, the sunrise was blocked by the clouds, which was gay as fuck. But whatever. Went the whole way. It was all blocked. Jokes. And then we went down. I just got bored. Like the people I was with were moving too slow, and I needed the toilet, so I just started. I like jogged down. Jogging downhill is quite rough actually. But I was like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving. I'm going to the toilet. See ya." Jogged down, got to a toilet, and they're like 10,000 rupiah, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just piss in a bush then. Fuck you. Don't need it that bad." Waited for the checkpoint. Met up with the group again. We went home. Got in the fucking van. I was pretty happy to be going. It was such a stupid activity. When everyone got in, both Emma and my sister's boyfriend crashed to sleep. Obviously not together. That'd be weird. But my sister and I we weren't tired, so because we're absolute genetic specimens from the same father. So we were just ready to go. We went to a coffee, had a nice coffee together. And she said, oh, we never do things just the two of us. And she's right, we don't that often. We've started to do a lot more now. Now we're back in England. Hopefully that maintains itself. But yeah, so we had a coffee. We're talking just about life. I think I spoke to her about Emma, but I don't really know what was said, but I think I remember talking about it. And I think I felt all right. I think I felt pretty good at this point because we're having nice conversations. You know, we've still got so much of the holiday ahead of us. And I was thinking of asking her out in like, I think originally my rule was like a month's time. And what are we? I think we're like maybe a week in at this point. No, we're not even a week in. No, we're not even a week in at this point. And let me tell you, I cut it a little bit short of a month, a little bit sooner than that. No spoilers though. But yeah, I am also aware, guys, of like, a weird situation for her, and I was very careful of this because I'm like, look, I'm in a different country with this girl. There's just us. If I ask her out, she's gonna feel like. I mean, obviously, I want her to say yes, obviously, but if she said no, then she's like trapped, and I feel like that's really an unfair situation for her. But at the same time, I mean, I've been taking her out, I've been paying for her meals. She asked me to fly with her, so I'm like, fucking hell. I thought it should be a guaranteed yes, right? But the reason why I wasn't 100% confident is because there were these really small telltale signs that I was processing in the back of my mind, and that's why I was like, shit, it might be a difficult one here. But yeah, anyway, so that was in my mind, guys. I don't want you to think that I'm just like, yeah, ask her out when we're on the other end of the world. I was very cautious of that, and I think I worded it nicely when I brought it up in the future, but we're not there yet. So, in you, bud, Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing that right. Spelt Ubud. After that shit, I think the rest of the day was a complete loss because we we're all too tired. Went and had dinner when the other guys woke up, and that was it. The next day, what do we do the next day? It doesn't really matter if I get it in the wrong order, but went fucking quad biking. That was sick. That was so beast. The quad biking, they took us down these really cool like woods and shit. I got told off for going too fast, which is gangster. My whole thing, my gearbox was so like smoky. No, it was steamy. Sorry, because we went in water, and because it was so hot, it was boiling the water I was in. It was fucking sick. I love quad biking. Got some cool pictures too. So yeah, what else? Oh yeah, then we went to go and look at some waterfalls, which is a little bit gay. I mean, we're just getting taxied around. They have, because in Indonesia and other parts in Asia, they have Grab, which is their Uber, and the Grabs are so cheap. They're so cheap, but they have some areas which I completely agree. On a business standpoint, it makes 100% sense. They have some areas where you're not allowed Grab, and they have like a monopoly of like private taxi guys, and one of those places is around these waterfall areas. So this one guy's like, look, I'm going to sell you a package, I'm going to take you around to all these waterfalls. So we're paying for the taxi, we're paying for entry to the waterfalls, seeing the waterfalls. Some you can swim in, some you're not allowed. And yeah, it was really cool. It was a really beautiful few waterfalls, and yeah, I got a little bit bored after like the fourth one, but it was still amazing. I think we agreed to cut it short. Guys, fuck's sake, this is boring. And then yeah, let me just do the last location before we got on a boat, and then I'll cut this here and pick up episode 2. So yeah, yeah, well, lots of cool places to eat in Ubud as well. We went around a little shopping and just walked around the place. It was nice, and it was quite far away from any beaches. It was pretty central in the land, jungle areas. Oh yeah, we went to this monkey forest as well, monkey temple, and these little fuckers will steal your shit. So you have to like make sure you don't have any hanging articles of clothing, or keep everything in your pockets zipped up. Yeah, little fuckers. So yeah, after Ubud, we moved to the coast of Sanur, which I wouldn't recommend Sanur really, guys. It's just if you want to get on a boat to go to the Gili Islands, it's one of the options. But we stayed in a guest house of this Kiwi lady who'd been living in Bali for decades. She's been living there for so long she can actually speak their language fluently. The area was least touristy of all of them. I was walking around, and this is where I had a few really nice deep conversations with this girl. My sister and her boyfriend said, oh, we're going to walk around. Do you guys want to come, or do you want to stay? And this girl said, oh, I'll just stay here with Faris. I was like, oh, here we go. And she was asking me, like, so what are your goals in life? What do you want to do? And obviously, I was telling her all that shit, and I was returning the question. And we're having conversations about our upbringings, and it turns out we have very similar upbringings. And we sort of grew close together on that. We went on a nice walk out and wanted to go and find a coffee place. We couldn't find one. I think we walked the wrong way on the beach. We found like this divider, the water separated. I tried to cross it, but I almost got swept away. She was laughing at me. So I came back, and I'm like, fuck it, let's go and meet up with the other two. The guy, my sister's boyfriend, said, oh yeah, it's a 10-minute walk. Turned out it was like a 40-minute walk. And we walked, met them for dinner. And yeah, this girl was playing footsie with me. And I just like freeze, because I'm like, fuck, I don't think she knows. I thought that she was like, I thought she could feel I thought that she thought she could feel a rock or something with her foot. So I just didn't move. I was like, shit, does she know that's my foot? I asked her later, and she knew it was my foot. She was playing footsie with me. I was like, that's really weird. I would not have expected that from her at this stage. But yeah, anyway, like that little detail in there. So yeah, we had some food at the sea place, and went to sleep. And we were in a really good place at this time. I was really happy. We slept, unfortunately, apart. We had separate beds this time, but we were right next to each other. And yeah, life was really good. Um, the next morning, the 6th of May, so at this point we're just about a week now, and woke up, got on the boat to go to Nusa Penida, and I think I'll talk about this in the next video, the Nusa Penida. But yeah, so far that's it, guys. Finishing on the morning of the 6th of May from the start of the holiday.